Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to this second episode of Distant Worlds 2, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Alright, back to what I was doing. So Eskunai's getting surveyed, Schemai's getting surveyed, Sippin 3. And at this point, we're gaining additional information for Sippin 3. Because we've just done a cursory scan, but not a deep scan. And you do actually need more research to do the deeper scans. What are you doing up here? Oh, these are just random miners that are just doing their own thing. Okay. That's fine. Yoda demands a treat. Oh, look at him perk up. And let me enable the Yoda cam as well, so you can control it. He's getting little cut up strawberries today. Alright, Research Labs has been finished. And now, up here, as you can see, I am doing 2 science projects at once, now that I have the Research Labs done. Awesome. So go over to Research, and let's go ahead and work on trying to get resorts early. So the resort requirements for research is basic recreation systems, basic transportation systems, expanded civilian ships, expanded space stations, and research labs is not really. So we're currently getting expanded civilian ships. We also are going to need basic recreation, which is down here. And I'll scoot that up above deflectors. And then we're going to also want basic transportation systems. Done. And then expanded civilian ships I'm working on, and expanded space stations is the last one, and that's going to have a setup cost. So the expanded space stations are here, and I don't currently have enough money, so we should start saving for that. This looks like it's built. Yeah, okay. So here is an example of... No, not yet. Thought you'd finished. Let me put you on automatic. Oh, this is a research station. Where's my mining station that I was queuing up? Wild Wager is building the mining station. So where is Wild Wager? Oh, you're still moving there? Dude, all right, go retrofit. And then you build the mining station. Alright, I'm going to actually ignore this current advisor right now, because I'm just manually organizing it. Alright, back over here. Frugal Impasse is heading back to retrofit. Grasping Chance is continuing the Sippin 3 survey. Sippin 7 is done, I think. Okay, so Schemai just finished its survey. So it has Necrostone and Asalia. A lot of Necrostone, a lot of abundant Necrostone. Necrostone is one of those that we're going to need to build other things, so that's a really good thing to find early on as well. Which means that Wild Ruse is done, and you are going to survey this sulfuric volcanic planet. Because I believe they're up to date, yeah. They don't need to get retrofitted. Alright. So they're going. Over to Sippin 2. There's also an unknown ship somewhere around Sippin 1 that we're detecting on long-range scan, which could be an empty ship that I could take over, or it could be like a pirate ship. I don't really get to know that until we get closer. Are you still surveying? Dang. You sure are. Taking a while. How was the game so far? It's, as you'd imagine, madly complicated, but quite a lot of fun. I am sort of a min-maxer at heart, so it's one of these games that I'm going to disable all tours because I'm not doing tours anymore. It's one of these games that, like, I want to min-max, but it's really not designed to be min-max, so I just have to remind myself to take it slow and easy. Okay, so Sipin 3 survey is done for now. There are additional things to survey there later on when we have better scanners, and I am... I'm going to ask you all, should I survey at Sipin 1? So, there is a unknown ship here at Sipin 1. Could be hostile, could be friendly. I don't know whether or not it's safe to go, but I'm going to ask you if you think I should go. Alright, overwhelmingly you guys want me to throw caution to the wind. Alright, you go survey it. Chad always wants to open up the mystery box. Yep. I would say that that is overwhelmingly true. So here we are. This is the mining station that will get the Kazlon reactor fuel from Sipin 5. And then the Wild Rager is retrofitting, and these should be retrofitted pretty fast. As soon as they get retrofitted once, they'll be able to start moving around faster. So that's another thing that I want to do, is to make sure that all of my exploration ships and all of my construction ships are retrofitted up to skip drives. Otherwise, it will just take a year and a day for them to arrive at where I'm telling them to go, which is pretty miserable. Xanth, thank you for the resub. Alright, what do we got up here? Oh, we have a spaceport! Let's go to the spaceport. I hope it's not just like, alright, congratulations. You have found COVID 2757. So unknown items detected at Sipin 7. And we are going to need to scan it more later when we have better scanners for what exactly is there. And I'm going to send you over to Sipin 6. What do you mean, Pandora's Box? Pandora's Box is the mythology of Pandora, which you could Google, but essentially it was that all the evilness of the world was locked away in a box, and Pandora was curious about it. This is the TLDR of the Super TLDR. And when opened, sort of all the evilness of the world, spewed out from the box, but also hope, which was the only thing to offset sort of evil, is the hope. I'm sure I butchered that, but I haven't read the mythology in, I don't know, decades, so whatever. Lay off me. Let's also now buy expanded space stations and throw them into the queue as well. I'll get them even higher than the recreation systems and transport systems. Do planets rotate? Not that I know of. They have their, and they're all on perfectly eccentric, and their orbital periods are the same or whatever. Alright, so we have discovered Podanthia root, which is population growth and colony development, Necrostone, and something else that we're still trying to discover here at Sipin 2. Alright, all of my surveyors are currently busy, and all of my construction ships are currently busy. We're 71% of the way, no, 74% of the way of building the gas station of Sipin 5, which should help my economy considerably so that I don't have to buy fuel out the nose. Planetary rotation was a big discussion in beta. Yeah, it's way easier to deal with. I'll put it this way. The game crashes a lot already. I don't want planetary rotation to be the thing that breaks the camel's back and makes it crash all the time. Alright, so at Eskunai we found silicon, which is not a bad resource to have early on. And then we have finished the Sipin 5 mining station. So if you take a look here over at Kazlon, I am providing 16 Kazlon out of the 22 demand. So I'm going to need more gas mining, but a really good start. A really, really good start. And then this little guy, this little construction ship, Risky Illusion, I will have you build mining at Sipin, at Skymai, or Skimai. So we can get the Necrostone and Oslazia, or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce these things. All right, who's idle? Lost Treasure, you are idle. You finished at Eskunai. And I will send you over to... Ooh, this looks really cool. It's like if Phobos and Deimos exploded, which are the moons of Mars. Looks like Mars with rings. I think Phobos and Deimos are actually planned to explode like that, if memory serves. That they are in a decaying orbit, and eventually they'll be ripped up and form a belt around Mars. I might be wrong about that. That's a vague memory of mine, of reading something about that. Alright, so we found the abandoned base. I would ask you if you want me to investigate it, but I know you guys are going to want me to. I know that you're just going to vote yes, so I'm going to investigate it. We've investigated the abandoned small spaceport at Sipin 1. The spaceport is heavily damaged and currently inoperable. However, we could acquire it by sending a construction ship to repair it. Should I prioritize the repair of Sipin 1 station? Do you guys want xenomorphs? How bad do you want xenomorphs? This is how you get xenomorphs, guys. Right, buddy? I don't know what's on the station. I have no idea. It's random. Can't say for sure it has xenomorphs. Can't say for sure it doesn't. It's Pandora's box all over again. Alright, looks like Wild Rager is about to get retrofitted. And the Risky Illusion here is, I'm assuming, refueling? I don't know why it's idle right now and not moving towards its... Oh yeah, it's moving away now. Cheers. So, it looks like I am going to be set to prioritize this thing. So, Risky Illusion, you are coming over here to build this spaceport. Chet demands it, I think. And if you change your mind, I'll change course. So another thing to note here is this symbol here means refueling. And this becomes vitally important later on when you're trying to move large fleets around and things like that. Because your fleets need fuel to move around, so you're going to want to set up spaceports and Kazlon mining and things like that so that you can refuel on the go. So far, I haven't really had any of my exploration ships idle. But it also wouldn't be a terrible idea if I built some additional ones. So there's 0-second delay on both. Let me build a Pathfinder at each. So we even have more exploration. Dream, and Lucy. Thank you for the follows. And Skip, thanks for the follow as well. Oh, here we go. We got Aculon, which I currently don't need right now, but not bad to have in the long run. So if you look at my scarcities, Kazlon is high up there, as is Steel. Steel's going to be very, very easy when I take the time to start surveying the asteroid belt around Sipin 5's gas giant. But Kazlon, I haven't found another source for it yet. Okay, so yeah, we are going to prioritize the repair of that station. So the current priority now is repair the spaceport, which I pointed to, but then Back Roadrunner decided Yoda Cam would have been better. And he is not wrong. Hey, buddy. A new spy! Alright, that means we have a raffle going on for a new character to be raffled off to you all. So, if you're active in the chat, you could have the spy named Jukri, named after you. Spies aren't going to really do much until I find some foreign independent nations or other empires, but yeah, down to have a spy. So they're running counterintelligence against foreign agents. Imagine NASA hiring someone that is like, all right, your job is to prevent aliens, which we have not yet discovered, from stealing our science and technology. And then going, cool, so what do? Wear a tinfoil hat all day long? Yeah, that's all you have to do. Tinfoil hat. Oh, tinfoil hats. Alright, Wild Wager no longer has emissions, so Wild Wager, you are going to go build a mining station at Skimai, which will give us the Necrostone that we're going to want. Yeah, literally Space Force right now. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's basically what Space Force is and does. So another thing to note is there's going to be tons of privately owned shuttles and the like around, which, as you can see, I don't control. I can't do anything. All I can do is I can scuttle it, which doesn't really do very much for me. And here are some of the new surveyors that are rolling off the line. And I'm going to start to leave these new surveyors automatic. In fact, I'm going to start to set up my my surveyors here as automatic, because I've surveyed most of the important things around me. Most of the orbital bodies, the planets and moons. This is a villainous stronghold. My guess is there's going to be pirates there. Hey, you. Could you not? Just go over here. Thank you. I'll get to the pirates eventually. Sippin' Victory. Oh, you're under construction. I was like, why are they idle? That would explain it. So for research, we have expanded civilian ships and expanded space stations. We're trying to get the resort stuff so that we can start bankrolling bigger things. And Dinky, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. So here is a very active mining station. This is the fuel one, where we have transport cargo shuttles owned by civilians, by private industry, that are shuttling around fuel and producing lots of money. And if you take a look at the cash flow here, fuel costs are not insignificant, so being able to provide your own fuel is kind of nice. Very nice that I basically have a giant floating gas station attached to, more or less attached to my starting world. Yes, I like it. Alright, you automate. We have discovered quartz. So this has Podanthia root, Necrostone, and quartz. And then this Surveyor will survey the moon attached. I don't recall setting up this miner. Oh, because it's not mine. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, this is a miner, not a mining station. Okay. And this is the last exploration ship that I queued up, and they're going to be automated as well. So the current wave of exploration ships that are automated are probably just going to head to my my asteroid belt to survey the asteroids to figure out which ones are going to have a lot of steel and Mebnar or not. So if I take a look at my resources here, wouldn't be a terrible idea to set up mining on Escanai for the silicon, because as you can see, that is in demand as well. And there we have the queue for the spy. Congratulations. The spy that wears a tinfoil hat. Alright, it is suggesting that I build another construction ship. Sure. Sometimes you can listen to the game, sometimes you don't have to. Taking a look at my research. I'm going to rush civilian ships. There we go. And that will be done in a matter of days. Most of these asteroids have very low yields, so I'm waiting for one to have a higher yield, which will be my first steel mining asteroid. Very odd that we mine steel out of asteroids, because steel is man-made. Iron makes sense, but steel? Again, harkens back to RimWorld, where you just mine steel out of mountains. So you're still doing Sippin 4. You are doing the moon. You're doing Sippin 8. I probably want to avoid coming to this giant villainous stronghold for a bit. But I'm not going to actively tell them to avoid it either. Alright, this one has Cuprica, so that's a scarcer resource, but this is in tiny abundance, so it's really not that much Cuprica that we're able to mine here. So it's still probably worth us poking around the asteroid belts until we find something better. Alright, Wild Rager, I'm going to fully automate. Just because they're fully automated doesn't mean they're going to decide what they want to build on their own. Fully automated means that if I get proposed a queue like this, I can just go, hey, all right, sure, assign mission. And it will assign it, and it assigned it to the Wild Wager. So that mission was to go exploit the resources from Sippin 7, I believe. No, Sippin 2, sorry. Which is here. We've completed the research of civilian ship. So what this does is it unlocks the ability to do remote fuel transfer, gives me small colony ships, medium mining ships, small passenger ships, small fuel tankers. Good stuff. And then next up, I'm going to do expanded space stations and basic rec. So the expanded space stations is going to probably take the longest, so I'm going to speed that up for 10,000 credits, which was just about all the money that I had. And that is now accelerated, so it's only going to take about 250 days left. This game looks very involved. It is, and also you can fully automate a lot of the things. You can even fully automate it so that you can rule in absence, which is basically it's 100% automated, and you can just watch. So as complicated as it is, the game lets you, it's like a self-driving vehicle. The game does most of the driving for you, and you can decide on how much input you want to provide. How similar would I say this game is to Stellaris? Somewhat similar. I mean, they're both 4X space games. I would say it's more similar to like Galactic Civilizations or something like that, though. Here is my new Wanderer of Sippin, a new constructor that the AI told me to build. Now, the AI, I wouldn't say is always right, so if you think that they're making decisions for you that doesn't make any sense, ignore them. So, for instance, the AI right now is telling me to do armor plating, to basically invest in combat fleets. The thing is, I haven't really discovered anyone else, so there's not much of a point for me to invest in military fleets and pay for their upkeep and all that until I actually have need of them. And then even then, if I discover pirates, usually it's easier to pay off the pirates. It's cheaper to pay off the pirates than to fight them, because you need a rather large fleet to destroy their strongholds, like this one. This stronghold has a strength of 318, which is weird because I haven't gone there yet. And it looks like it's mostly a missile stronghold, so we're also going to want point defense against this thing. So the cost of a fleet upkeep that would be required to destroy the villainous stronghold is not going to offset the cost of just paying them off until later in most scenarios. All right, Wild Rune, you are now automated. I'm just going to automate them all now. So now every single one of my discovery, my exploration ships are fully automated and they can do what they want. If we take a look at the local sector in the galaxy, we have a lot of stars around us that a little bit more exploration tech will allow us to sort of unlock, which would be stable warp fields. So as soon as I get expanded space stations, I'm probably going to queue up stable warp fields, and I'm going to pay the upfront cost for this. What I like to do, which isn't necessary or whatever, is I like to have two things researching. One of the things being a reach project, one that takes years, and then one that is much faster, so that we can make incremental progress, but then also be working on big picture stuff. So the stable warp fields is one of those big picture stuff. That's going to take a long time. It takes 3.5 years to research, whereas like transportation systems takes 1 year research, or early deflectors takes 1 year to research. So balancing, big and small projects. It is suggesting, Sippin 1, yes. At SK 260. Where is that? So this is some asteroid that has really good resources. So I'll assign that mission because that sounds real good. And Wanderer of Sippin is going to go head out and do that. So that must be one of the asteroids that we found over here or something like that. Also looks like this spaceport is almost 100%. Says it's still under construction, but it's also 100% hull. So I guess it's going to take a little bit longer. I wonder where that amazing asteroid is. I guess we'll find out wherever the Wanderer of Sippin ends up. All right, here he goes. Wow, this stupid little moon has nothing. And we have fully researched expanded space stations so that we can build large mining stations and resort stations. That's really good. Next up, we have stable warp fields and finishing up the last of the basic recreations. Now, another thing that I could do is... Where's my mining station here at Sippin' 1? Or Sippin' 5. Is to retrofit it up to the... This is research. Where is the mining? I don't even see it. But to retrofit it up so that it's up to date. And that way it's producing, you know, the most amount of resources for us as possible. Oh, it's already being retrofitted. It's right here. Cool. And Rec Systems is just about done. There it goes. So this allows for a basic recreation center, which is one of the requirements for tourism. And now we're doing basic transportation and stable warp. So once I get the basic transportation in about 1 year's time, I'll be able to start to do resort stations. I can turn station icons on here and here, yeah. And that way they pop a bit more. So this is the ship and base symbols at location level. And then this is the weapon ranges, which is always nice to have. So here's the station getting retrofitted. Alright, what are my discovery ships doing? Nobody has gone to where the villainous stronghold is yet. We're just belt hopping. So here's one that has a lot of Mebnar. But if we take a look at my... I need Mebnar, but not that much of it. It's mostly steel at the moment, so I'm going to focus on steel. So here's that... Oh, it's actually Sippin' 5 that has the resources. Okay, so there's going to be 2 mining stations here then. One for the gas and one for the minerals. Copy that. Oh, and here we go. First contact with the Venomous Star Gang. We've encountered a new pirate faction in the Sippin' system, the Venomous Star Gang. This pirate faction is predominantly composed of Ackdarians, the same as our empire. Though they are pirates, they could prove useful allies if handled properly. Initial communications with the Ackdarians have been extremely successful. The Ackdarians regard us with some friendliness. What route to take with the Venomous Star Gang? So there's multiple choices. There's the diplomacy route, where we pay them off for now, we build up a reputation with them, and then we have a non-aggressive pact with them, and they can actually help to fight with us later on. Or we can do the conquer route, which is a lot more expensive early up front, because we have to build a fleet to destroy their base, but then we don't have to appease them. The Venomous Star Gang, or really any pirate gangs, will also help to advance technology at times, and then also show you they'll sell you maps of system maps of unknown locations. So they're not just pirates. I mean, they are pirates, but they're pirates that you can interact with in a positive way too, unlike a lot of other games like Stellaris, where you only really destroy pirates. You never really wheel and deal with them. Or even in Stellaris with Marauders, where you more or less just destroy them. You can pay them to attack some people, but you don't ever really align with them. Whereas in here, you can actually ally a pirate gang and use them as your own sort of proxy. It's up to you. But right now what they're doing is they are asking for 125 credits per month of protection money, basically just racketeering. It would be a shame if any of your ships or bases suffered harm in the lawless regions of space. For the very reasonable monthly fee of 125 credits, we can avoid any damage of your vessels. We urge you to accept the offer. Okay, overwhelmingly it looks like you guys want me to do. And then there's a non-aggressive treaty that I'll be able to sign if they like me at some point in the future. And then there's gifts that we can offer them. A small gift, a medium gift, and then the largest gift is actually not affordable to us right now. And that will help to improve relationships as well. And then there's all other treaties too, like military refueling to allow for the transfer of fuel between our militaries. So here we have the relationship that we have with them. So in the diplomacy screen here, you have diplomatic relations with other empires. You have diplomatic relations with pirate factions. You have diplomatic relations with independent colonies, and then you have ambassadors, spies, and prisoners. So they are obviously a pirate gang, and currently they are neutral with us. They have no known other relations. I don't have a lot of information about them. I just know that I am paying a protection agreement. And then it'll also pop up here, so let me read this. It appears we have company. Unfortunately, this is not the kind of company that we want. Hostile space pirates. Where do these pirates come from? Are they a scouting party from a larger empire? Are they a lone group? These pirates look well armed and are more technologically advanced than we are. Thus, given our situation, it would be wise to appease them in any way possible, even paying them off if necessary. So this was prompted because I guess they just contacted me. Build ships. So it's suggesting that I build 3 escort ships for 7k, and I'm going to actually decline. And I'm going to accept their paid treaty. So we're now paying them credits per month. Now what this will do is it will strengthen them over time, because we're essentially paying for their ships to have upkeep and for them to expand and grow, but not in a way that is going to be particularly dangerous. There is also strategies here. So I can set my strategy, and I'm going to set my strategy to ally with them. So what I'm going to try to do is to build up my reputation for them to sort of become an ally of mine. Given that they're Ackdarian, it means that the chance of us having a fruitful relationship is even higher, because you tend to like your own race more than other races. All right, they're also offering to give us an unknown system map, and I'm going to accept this deal so I can show you what it looks like. So they have given me the information of Destroyer's Abyss. So if I zoom out a little bit here, here's Destroyer's Abyss, and they gave me information about a black hole, it looks like. Yep. Well, that's about a middle finger from a pirate. Here, we'll show you information about the lack of everything. Just a black hole. Tee-hee, haha. Well, oh well. I didn't get to... You don't get to know what the information is on before you buy it, and I obviously got trolled. So, good on them, I suppose. What is going on with the spaceport? I feel like we've been building this thing for, like, way longer than we probably should have. Maybe I don't even have the technology to rebuild it. Second reminder time. So, this second reminder is for the giveaway. So, I'm going to reset the eligibility. And, again, this is the keyword. So, as a little reminder, you can read this blurb, and it is the join giveaway. And just type it once. So here we are. Timer's up. Good luck. And thanks for the reminder. So we have found, on this planet, it has Emerald Crystal and Carbonite. Both would be nice to have, not needs to have immediately. And then this is a Silica Moon. And this gas giant does not have Kazlan, which is unfortunate. So I believe I have surveyed all gas giants in the system right now. And let me pause a second because a lot's going on. And we don't have any other sources of gas. So whatever gas I get from Sip and 5 is all the gas that I'm going to have access to. I'm also going to retrofit these 2 stations that I have out here to be up to date so that they're the most modern versions of themselves. A tech breakthrough from repairing a small spaceport. So, repairing the spaceport out there gave me a breakthrough of energy deflectors. So if I go to my research screen out here, energy deflectors should be... I am blind. Oh, well, we just completely got it. Got it. Okay. 100% we got the research. Got it. No. Quit asking me to build ships. Stop it. And then this here is to gain vodka. Yeah, why not? I'll queue that up. It still says under construction. Okay. Build mining at Koiprarat. Sure. Now, with my current automation settings out here for like construction, if I don't agree, we don't build it. So if you wanted to change it, you could change it like this. So it's like, hey, if you don't click it on in time, it will do it anyway. And this is, if you don't click it on time, it won't do it. And then fully automated where it won't ask you, and fully manual where it won't prompt you. Yeah. Just to make that known. So basic transportation systems will be done in just under a year. I'm going to pay the cost to Rush. And we're going to try to get some tourism out, because I would like to become a space tourist. Another question, figured I'd ask again now that I'm an hour and a half in, is what soundtrack to use? Do you want me to continue using mine, which is what you're listening to, and the current playing is right there, so that you don't even have to ask me what song's going on, or do you want me to transition over to the game? Oh, also, I'm going to raffle off this spy that just popped up in a minute, because I have the game key for Distant Worlds 1 going on, and I can't do 2 raffles at once. So this spy will have to hold on. What the heck? Okay, they're offering protection money, but that does not mean fly there. So this is the first instance of this little red lightning bolt that you see. I know it's hard to see because it's very small on the screen. A red lightning bolt is the concept of a dangerous area. Dangerous areas are areas that are not safe for civilian ships because they have some sort of hostile force, and therefore it will automatically flag as to be avoided by any of my civilian ships, any of my non-combat ships. So this villainous stronghold here is going to fire upon really any civilian ships in the area, so we're going to just ignore this asteroid field because it's not going to be safe for us to be there until we align or exterminate the venomous Star Gang. And currently, my strategy is to align with them. I can reassess that later on, if you'd like. Okay, I think I'm going to be sticking with my soundtrack. I'm not even going to finish asking. It's very peaceful. I'm probably putting you all to sleep. What are we even doing at this? Let me... Risky illusion. Can you... I can't even tell them not to. Oh, under construction, 84%. Okay. I can actually see a percent now. Cool. And that right there is the giveaway timer. So... Oh, and we have a new ambassador as well. So two characters to raffle off. But here is the giveaway for the game. Going to... Oh! Not only are you... You win twice. Not only are you a spy of mine, but you get a copy of the original game. So congratulations. Let me get that out to you. Seems rigged. Yes, I know. It seems rigged. Alright, so here comes that copy. All right, now here's the giveaway for... In just a second. The giveaway for just the ambassador and the spy right there. So we have a new spy that's doing counterintelligence on foreign agents. And then we have a new ambassador who is just sitting on our home planet. Taking a look at our other rulers. So here's a good example of our leader as they develop. The leader is slowing down population growth. So that's a negative trait that they have. They are famous, labor-oriented diplomat who's tolerant. But you're going to want to keep an eye on this just to make sure that they don't get any negative traits that might be grounds to dismiss them. Which I would say overwhelmingly, Daedora is not grounds to dismissal. These look amazing. And then you can also see the progress towards next skill level. So, for instance, the ship construction speed, the civilian ship construction speed, is something that we can actually level up as we build civilian ships. So your leaders also level up depending on how you your empire develops over time. We're almost done with basic transport systems, which allows us to have passengers in shuttles, which means that tourism becomes an option. And there it is. So if we pause a moment and take a look at our home system, there is a resort base that we're able to build. If we take a look at exploration for... So this is the spaceport I'm building. I don't know if we have anything other than Elfoy's resort base, but I will build Elfoy's resort base now. So there's the Elfoy resort base, just holding right click on it. And resorts are this tab here. So new resort locations and resort bases. So we're making a Sippin Casino at our home planet, but there's no other locations discovered. It keeps asking me to build escort ships. Stop. I don't need a military yet. Can leaders die old age? I'm not even sure. Oh. Menacing Dagger Syndicate encountered. Uh-oh. So these guys are obviously not Ackdarian. They're not of our species. The pirate faction is predominantly composed of Mortallans. Mortallans are naturally hostile to us. They are unlikely to be useful allies. Initial communications with the Mortallans have been fairly neutral. The Mortallans are wary of us. Okay, now I know why it was like, build ships, build ships, build ships. Leaders can die or be killed. Thank you. And they're asking for us to pay them. I am going to pay them because it's harder. I'm not in a position right now to destroy them, but what I will do is allow you to vote on how I handle these two pirate factions. So what is the long-term goal for the... What is the long-term goal for the pirate faction? So we could either essentially conquer or ally them. Those are the sort of the two extremes. So I'm going to have you vote on that for the Venomous Star Gang, and then I'm also going to have you vote for the Menacing Dagger Syndicate. In my opinion, it's probably better early on to go research and trade and money than it is to go military, because if you go military really early on, you just simply won't be able to afford the ships and then you'll go bankrupt and it will slow down your expansion. You don't want to have a 0 military necessarily, because then you're defenseless, but you're probably not going to be able to take out these pirate factions. And that raffle was for the characters. So the first one's Zach Dyer. So congrats. Zach Dyer, you are going to be my ambassador. And then my next one, Shona. You're going to be my spy. Thank you for watching Distant Worlds 2, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that this series is a casual one, where I'm just introducing a new game to the channel. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you're wondering if this game will return to the channel sometime in the future after this stream is finished airing on YouTube, the answer is simple. It might. It is up to you. Distant Worlds 2 is proposed for me to play in the months of April and May, so if you want to see more of it, vote when it comes up in the polls. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you later.